Hey guys, this is Dennis, the founder of Think Here.
And I'm David Griffin, your resident comic book and video game guru.
And this is our review of the season 4 premiere of The Walking Dead.
Television's biggest drama kicks off with 30 days without an incident. Well,
Accident.
Oh, accident. Accident. Okay, 30 days without an accident, yeah.
So, we had reviewed, the last season's finale, and we were really disappointed. So I think a lot of people are really interested in seeing how this episode plays out.
Right.
What did you think?
It's a good episode. It's solid. Scott Gimple's taken over as showrunner from Glenn Mazzara, and he wrote the episode. Nicotero directed it. It's good. I mean, I think Walking Dead has become what Walking Dead is, and I don't mean to say that it's a bad thing. I think Walking Dead is just. It is what it is. I don't think it's going to be necessarily anything amazing. I don't think it's going to be anything bad. It is what it is. And it's a solid episode. Again, great characters. I love the actors, obviously. Rick, the actors is great. Got some new characters.
Yeah.
A lot of new characters. I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens. I don't know. What did you think?
Yeah, I think it was solid is a good way to describe it because there was nothing amazing in the episode, but it had, some build up and set up for the rest of the season. We still don't know what happened with the governor.
Yeah, we see Michonne's kind of off.
Trying to find him, but we didn't see him. Andrea's dead. No one mentioned really that in this episode.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, everybody's kind of got new life. We've got some new
relationships and stuff like that.
Michonne's smiling.
Yeah,
very happy.
not scowl-faced the whole time. Seems more likable. So let's start off with Rick. Rick is still... I don't know.
As far as we know, he's not seeing dead people anymore.
No,
Lori,
but he's still a little off.
Right. We're not sure if he's picking up the phone, calling her anymore. But, he's in the woods by himself. It seems like Herschel is concerned about him.
Yeah.
He's going off in the woods. He doesn't have a gun. He's not carrying a weapon on him in the woods. He's got his little hunting tools. And, he's just kind of off on his own. So he's still doing the loner thing. We're not sure if he's still crazy, but he's still kind of doing the loner thing. He's keeping his distance from everybody. He's not fully invested in the group.
No. You have Daryl now as kind of more the leader of the whole
he's the new Rick. He's the new Rick.
Yeah, and people, it's funny, you had that scene where the guy's like, I want to shake your hand. Like he's like a famous celebrity or something like that. And Daryl, I don't think he's used to the love, you know? It's weird. And he's still got that weird relationship going on with Carol.
Because, I'd rather them, I realize that probably in real life they're not that far apart in age, but it's I'd rather them just, either go all at it, be boyfriend and girlfriend, or hook up, or but they always kind of sneak and hint at the last season is hey, let's go fool around, or it's can you just either go? It's just weird. It's good. That's just a weird relationship.
They probably are closer to the same age than I think.
Right.
But just the vibe is just different.
She seems more motherly.
Yes, and he seems like a teenage boy.
Right. Yeah.
But he is bringing home the goods, getting the food. You know. They have this whole community thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming
got some pigs now.
I'm assuming this is several months later. I don't know how far along, but definitely a good enough time where they've built this community and kind of almost like
new gate, got a nice new gate.
Yeah, everyone has their routines and almost like chores that they have to do, like zombie cleaning at the fence,
story
and stuff
time,
like that. Yeah,
which is actually knife training time, but
So speaking of new characters, we had a few new ones. I mean, one that died, went away.
Yeah. We lost. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we lost
Beth's boyfriend, who we knew for about 5 minutes.
Is he dead? Okay. I'm okay. I don't cry anymore. Yeah. I don't cry anymore. I'm tough. I'm a tough chick now. I don't cry anymore. No, it's just. But I did like that. I mean, I like that she didn't get all sobby for him because this is a boy that it hasn't been that long ago. I'm sure they haven't been dating that long. So she's tough now. I mean, she doesn't. People die. If you live in this world, people are going to die. He's got to be prepared for that.
Yeah, and then we have. We mentioned Carrie Condon. That's the actress's name. She's from Rome and Luck, and she plays the girl that Rick finds in the woods that tries to kill him.
Yeah, we don't know now. This is the question we need to ask. Do you think underneath that blanket, is it a head or is it a baby?
I thought it was like a zombie baby.
Zombie baby or a head? Because we saw kind of some motion. Was it breathing? Or I don't know if they breathe, but wonder what was underneath the blanket.
I mean, I'm guessing it's a zombie head. At first, I thought it was a zombie baby, and I thought she was trying to kill people and things as much as possible to feed the zombie baby.
Right.
But now I think maybe it's more of
just
a head. Yeah.
It's weird, really weird. I'm glad that they kind of left it a little bit of a ambiguous, a little bit of a mystery instead of Rick going. He just kind of looked at it. He's like, okay, I'm getting out of here. This is crazy.
I'm not gonna touch that.
This is crazy. He's got enough drama in his life right now.
And then he revealed the 3 questions he asked.
Yeah, I like the 3 questions. how many walkers have you killed? How many people have you killed, and why?
Yeah.
I like that. That's good. Trying to gauge character the best you can, but I don't know how that's a foolproof system.
And then the other character, who is also another HBO actor, he played D'Angelo Barksdale in The Wire.
The Wire episode.
Yeah, he went on the kind of the run to the store, which apparently there was a lot of alcohol in there. I thought maybe it was a lot of IPA beer, Bevmo.
Yeah, a little alcohol store. It was like a big spots, or not big lots, but big. Yeah. I like that. We finally see the helicopter. Where it landed, which is a little different than the comic books. In the comic book, they find the helicopter before they even meet the governor. It's a little different, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. It's kind of it was a cool setup. The helicopter weighing down the building and the zombies falling through. That was actually one of the better action sequences on the show. I thought that was pretty cool.
Glenn was all suited up with his
some armor,
tactical outfit, like he was a SWAT team member.
And the way they shot it, the way Nicotero decided to shoot it, I like how they showed how all the flat screen TVs and blenders, anything that requires electricity has been left behind.
Yeah, because they're pointless.
They're pointless.
Useless.
Right. You don't need it. And wine is on the shelves. Wine, you can drink wine's good, but you need to hydrate. You need to. I like how they showed all those different scenes. That was cool.
Tyrese's sister is like Michonne Part 2 or something, because she ran out of her machine gun, grabs the sword, and doing all kinds of action. So I wonder how that's gonna play out.
It's good, but I see all these new characters, and I'm looking at these little kids, story time, I'm gonna name the zombies, you're all gonna die probably. They can't keep so many people on the show, so it's good. I like that. I think this could breathe some new life in the show. I think we need some new characters, even though the characters that we have are great. After Andrea died, I think we need some people to fill those holes. So it'll be interesting to see how this little community, how long it lasts. I don't know.
Yeah, and also, is the governor still going to be the villain of the season?
Right.
And when is he going to come back? He's definitely going to come into play somewhat, because otherwise they would have killed him at the end of last season.
Right.
But since we know that he's still alive, he's going to be brought back for a reason. But the question is it going to be as the main villain again, or are we going to see someone new? And
to ask, just to put this out to the Think Hero community, what was the significance? I was still trying to figure out that usually the intros have significance to them. Rick dug up he found a gun, an old gun. He was also staring at this zombie throughout the whole episode that had these weird, creepy eyes, or no eyes, I can't remember. What is the significance? Do you know? I haven't watched every episode over and over again, so I can't remember if is that gun, was that used in a significant scene in a previous series or a previous season? I'd be curious
I don't know.
If anybody has any information on
that. Was
it
the one Carl used to shoot his mom?
Right.
Was the one
that
Carl used to shoot that person?
Yep.
And it wasn't a zombie, the guy in the season finale.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. Yeah.
Overall, I liked the episode.
It's good.
It wasn't anything that blew my mind, but I enjoyed it. The question is how much longer can The Walking Dead stretch stuff out?
And that's my thing. I think a lot of people love this show. Yeah. And I understand it is a good show. It's got great actors, good action. It's shot well. Direction's great. But story-wise, I'm not sure where else it can go. What more emotion? How many more people do I have to see brutally killed? And how many loved ones we have to see lost? What's the show's purpose? That's, I think, what The Walking Dead needs to think about, is where does it want to go from here?
Oh, another reveal we had was that Maggie wasn't pregnant.
Yeah.
We had thought that she was in the season finale, and now I don't know if they had planned on this, or they just decided, let's not go down this route, in this storyline.
And he's like, oh, thank goodness. Yes, no pregnancy. Yeah, that ain't my kid.
And he's relieved, where she was like, I wouldn't have minded.
Yeah, it's we can have one still. He's like, well, maybe it's not an easy place to raise a baby.
No, it's not. It's another mouth to feed. Right. It's someone that you have to protect. And plus, they already have one.
Yep, we already have a baby.
With Rick's baby, Rick and Lori's baby. Well, maybe it's Rick's baby.
Right. and like the farm in season 2, you got to wonder, how long are they going to stay in the prison? Just going to last the whole season? Are they going to get overrun? Who knows? Where we're going to be by the end of the season.
I'm hoping that they go somewhere else, because otherwise you might as well. It'll just be a community. That's it. That's the end of the show. It's okay, they live not happily ever after, but they can survive at this prison.
Right, and that's another thing I think. Just looking ahead after we get into the end of this review here, and just we know the showrunners or the studio, they're going to do a spinoff. We know that's probably going to happen. They want to do a spinoff. They said they'd love this show to go on as long as possible. Kirkman is not going to stop writing that comic book, so it's. again, that's not a bad thing. Like I like seasons, but again, we've talked about this in several of other shows that we reviewed. How many seasons? How many shows do you know where their strongest seasons are 7 and 8? Really? Yeah. I mean, the strongest seasons are usually maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe, and then that's when they hit their peak. And most series don't peak at season 8.
Yeah.
So it worries me that I hope they have an end game. I'm glad the show's making money for AMC. That's awesome, but it's like I don't want them to overdo it. Just milk it,
Yeah.
Become a victim of their own success, like we've seen with Sopranos, some other series like that.
Lost, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping too that the spinoff. I'm interested in it just because it's going to take place in a whole different area,
right?
And maybe the situation is different there. That's what they can't just make a Walking Dead Part 2, you know?
Yeah.
All right, guys. So that's what we thought of the season premiere of Walking Dead. You can post your comments below on the website or on our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to it. It's Think Hero Pro.
We're also on Twitter. You come chat with us. If you want to come chat with Dennis and I, we're both at Think Hero. Personally, me, I'm at Griffin DE.
And we also have a Facebook page that's facebook.com/ThinkHeroFans.